Oh, yes.
Oh, last but never leaves.
It never leaves,
Right,
yeah.
of
Okay.
course.
Can we?
It's Dr. Sunny.
Oh, yes. Can we
Dr.
put our hands
Sunny,
together for Dr.
everyone.
Sunny? Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to continue clapping because this is one of our sponsors. Giffity Talk Show sponsors. One love.
Do you want to set up there, my lovely? After you finish dancing.
Let's get together and feel alright.
Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. One heart. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord.
And I will feel alright.
Wonderful. Is it? Yeah, please do. Isn't this amazing today?
Yes, it is.
We're only dealing with OQP, only quality people. So everyone can hear me right now?
Yes.
Very good, very good. So you like to listen to story, right? But I just like to make something, right, in terms of about the UK, but this is not a political forum. But I think we should all be grateful, actually, to this country for what they've done for the human race. We're not going to remember them for the atrocity that they have done, but the good thing also they have done as well. We need to balance. When you go back to so many countries, there are terrible things happening. Even people for their own people, right? Failed leadership in many countries. So personally, I mean, my dad came here around about in the 50s, right? Got married to my mom from Ireland, and it had been a journey that have brought all of us, all my parents, they worked really hard and everything else. It's a time when they say, no dog, no Irish, no black. Everything we're all against them. In fact, my mom has a little dog as well. So you can imagine it was almost an impossibility to find accommodation, right? But today, you can step into any country. You can go into any part, can go into any restaurant, and you eat. People like Kwame Nkrumah, people like Martin Luther Jr., and many people today, they are still fighting and fighting and fighting, but that's what life is all about. Do your best. People will judge you on the basis of your character, not on the basis of your color. I go to different places, believe me, I grew up in a white environment and equally the black environment. And I can see the balance in terms of what it is. Prove what you're worth. And that's what it is. Who is against the Chinese today? Whatever you do, in this room right now, the Chinese are here. Why? They produce all of this balloon you're seeing. Chinese had never played on international football, but they control the income.
Yeah, that's right.
So whether you're black, you're green, prove your worth. And everything else will follow. I'm just going to tell you my story. We're trying, and we're now looking into changing the narratives in terms of how health, right? Doctor mentioned earlier, doctor will be talking a lot later to see how we can work with you. 12 years ago, I took my son at the age of 6 to Queen Elizabeth in Woolwich. And we were waiting for a doctor for 12 hours. That's a long time, right?
Yeah.
And as a parent, how many of you are parents here? Raise up your hand. All right, 2 of my kids are here, 2 of my sons. You see it there? And the other one, right? Okay. I have so many sons. I have so many children around the globe.
You can adopt me if you want.
Yeah. Doctor is also my son right now.
I'm about 18.
I love the way you were dancing, by the way. So I need to come and see your clinic. So we were there waiting for a doctor for about 12 hours. The natural instinct for any man or woman, any parent, when you're waiting for that length of time, you start blaming the NHS. You start blaming the doctors, correct? But the reality is this. We have something in this country that many countries in the world, they like to covet it. They like to copy, but they couldn't just. NHS is a good thing. It might have its own wrong formulas and everything else, the bureaucracy that goes along with it, but it provided us with something that we didn't have, and many nations do not have. So I went home with my son. I said, what can I personally do to make sure I intervene and no parent should suffer the same excruciating experience that I had in the A&E lounge? I said, can I create something that actually brings doctor to your home? From your mobile, you can actually access medical intervention. I didn't know how I was going to do that. This was back in 2011. But I went on a rampage. I went to India. I went to China. I went to Russia, Poland, Germany, spending my own money, all the different parts, just to find out how I can put together a body of medical doctors and IT professionals into one, and we create a system that can connect a patient to a doctor. Bootstrapped. It took us about 9 years to come up with the technology that actually does that. People always take it for granted. You go to the doctor, you said, you see, because he's a doctor, it's all right. Nobody looks after the doctor. They're looking after us all the time, correct? But we said, why don't we provide doctor with equipment and facility and the capabilities so that it can help them. Some doctors now can actually work with us anywhere they are around the globe. They can work with us from their own home using our technology. Isn't that amazing? There are over 3 billion people, right? Listen to this, according to World Health Organization. Over 300 billion people underserved medical urgencies. Did you listen to that? They have no room, no access to any primary care whatsoever. But we're now saying that that time has gone because technology enables proximity. In the era of technology, we should be able now to connect, at least a patient should be able to receive that intervention, albeit remotely. When we started the project back in 2014, a lot of people that I know, they were all laughing at us scornfully. People like to go to doctor and be touched and everything else. Who is gonna? But when COVID came, the narrative changed. Right? For people now just so what am I trying to develop here? In the next 5 to 10 years, the whole medical intervention will be totally and completely altered. Everything is going to be AI. Very good. That's an interesting, very interesting question. There's so much noise in the background, so it's distracting quite a lot. So if we can have the noise. Right. It's a very simple, yeah. You asked a question, so you have to listen to me now. Okay, this is important.
Can we just have like 2 minutes? Wait, 2 minutes to be able to do that.
Okay. I'll finish anyway. The fact is, you're giving choices. Right? Don't get distracted. You're giving choices to everybody. People can now make a choice. If you are able to look, there's 8 million people waiting on the NHS at the moment. With the age of technology, supposing we're able to solve those people who do not need to be at the A&E, who do not need to even see a physical doctor. 20% of them, that's a big saving. 30%, that's a big saving. Currently, we do not have a choice, and that slows down the whole medical intervention. Now, we are saying we have a choice. There are discretionary patients. What I mean by discretionary patient, they don't need to fee a physical doctor in a physical location. 80% of medical intervention is just hearing the voice of a doctor. The patient is already well, the placebo effect. So currently, the technology is bringing about proximity, and it providing some solution that we do not have currently. So you're giving the patient the choice, first-hand information, in the comfort of any location they're in at any point in time. See me later. If you heard about quantum or AI, right, you will know that that can be done. If we said to you about 150 years ago that somebody is going to fly in the air, you say, how are they going to be able to do that? Technology has brought about proximity. Technology has brought about a lot of solution in our everyday life. Why not in the medical field? We can deal with that arthritis for you. Yes. So you speak to me later, and my teams are here. We can actually take your statistics and provide you that solution that was not possible in the past.
Thank you so much. Thank
How
you.
do we register for
And
this?
thank
Yeah,
you to
well,
all of our speakers.
I'll speak to you.
So we're going to have a little bit of a food break, aren't we?